what do you think of when you think of your dad? Let's start with that. How about that one, Taelor
I think
Scott?
of an example. I think that with him, it's difficult because he's not here to be an active example, but I do love that I get to hear stories about him from people all the time. And those give me perspective now that I'm older that I didn't have as a child. And so it's really, there are things that his friends and his family members bring to us that are something I wouldn't have gotten, you know, when I did get to know him. And now that I'm, you know, older, closer to the age he was when he started in the field, I feel a lot of encouragement from the people who can give me the messages that he would have given me.
What about you, Sydney?
Yeah, I think so. It's so interesting for me because there's so many things that I've experienced in life. You know, just graduated college, and I can sort of hear his voice in the back of my head with the kind of thing that he would have said. You know, something fantastic happens, something terrible happens, and I can sort of imagine like how he would have responded. And I think for him to have left such a vivacious personality that, you know, we talk sometimes like something happens, we see something on Twitter, you know, whatever, and we're like, you know, Dad would have been, you know, he would have had something to say about this. And so it's really, with everything that Taelor added, with people sharing stories and continuing to like learn about who he was as a person, even in these years since he's been gone, it's just, it's so special.
Well, I think of him when big time sporting events happen. Anytime the NBA finals hit, I think of him. Boy, did I think of him with the Final Four, Carolina playing Duke. Oh my God.
That was intense.
He would have lost his mind.
Yes, he would have. And here's the thing. It was a very good thing that we were all watching together because he had his superstitions where growing up, when my mom and my dad would like watch a sports game together, especially if it was Carolina, maybe it was only Carolina, but especially if it was Carolina. And my mom went and, you know, to the bathroom, got up and left, and Carolina started winning. He was like, you can't come back.
You have to stay out of the room.
You got to stay. Yeah, I'm sorry. You can't come back. So that game, I don't even know what we all have been subjected to.
But I mean, the biggest Carolina Duke game ever. There will never be a bigger one unless somehow, some way, you know, John Schreier, right, the new coach of Duke, stays for 50 years and becomes the greatest coach in the history of the school. Exactly. And then they play in the last game. Somehow they play in the last game.
It was once in a lifetime.
And I honestly, I think of him whenever, like, say, big stories occur, like Kaepernick. I wonder what Stuart would say about, you know, what your dad would say about what's happened with Colin Kaepernick. I think about him all the time. I mean, absolutely all the time. And I've got tons of stories. I mean,
listen, we love to hear them.
We love to hear them.
Well, I mean, and the neat thing too is because again, you know, I met you obviously. You know, I know it's stupid to say, but before your younger sister, you gotta put the photograph up. I have this every now and then.
Oh my goodness!
This was at a Jimmy V. This was at the Jimmy V golf tournament years ago. I think that's what it was. If I had to guess, and there you are, Taelor, in your dad's hands. You're holding a balloon.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm standing right there, and you know, with all due respect, I don't recall too many details of this. But I just remember how much he loved you guys too, and I just know. And now I'll get deep. I don't care. I'm now a girl dad, and
you know.
I know. But here's the thing about your dad that I always remember too. He's I think about his love of life, his love of being himself, and I'm not saying that as if he had an ego. I mean, we all do. But just he loved being who he was and letting everyone know who he was and living his life as that, and certainly on the air. And I just remember his pridefulness, his competitive nature. I remember all of that. And then, of course, I just, you know, his love of you guys. I just remember that. And I think about that every time I look at my daughter, too. This is a fact.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sharing. I'm unburdening right now with you guys.
Please, no, it's beautiful.
You know.
And that's the greatest gift, I think, is the pride in being yourself, such that you allow the others around you to be like, hey, it's okay for you to also be yourself. Here, I am doing it. It's okay. Who you are, even if you're just trying, there is acceptance here for that. And I feel like that is the greatest gift that can be. Listen, it is especially your father who brings that to the table for you.